So as we have done in the past, in our June meeting, sometimes we like to have create a space to discuss more kind of like specialized and kind of fun and creative opportunities that might exist for the community that we serve. And so today we want to spend some time talking about higher education opportunities for folks with intellectual disabilities. We are very fortunate to have two wonderful presenters with us today. We're going to be hearing from Kensaku Matsuda, who is a program director of the Melissa Riggio Higher Education Program at Kingsborough Community College and Hostos Community College, but that is a program that exists across all five boroughs. And then we will be hearing from Crystal Montalvo, who is the Director of Community Educational Engagement at the College of Staten Island. And she'll be speaking about the Creative Exchange Life Skills Program at the College of Staten Island, which is available for folks regardless of where they live. So to begin, then I'm going to turn it over to Kensaku.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for the opportunity to present on the college programs. I'm going to share my screen because there is a visual aid that we'll be using. Just going to showcase the program a little bit. And please let me know if you can't hear me clearly, but I think that'll be all right. Okay, so as you're probably already familiar with our agency, AHRC New York City. We offer a variety of different services for folks with intellectual development disabilities to thousands of folks throughout the boroughs. But one such program is our college programs, and it's a bit of a niche program, but it also has a lot of, we take advantage of the unique environment to really bring what we think is a really quality program. Our agency has, and the program is called the Melissa Riggio Higher Education Program. So, but our agency partnered with a variety of colleges across the 5 boroughs. We started at the College of Staten Island and at Kingsborough Community College. Those are in Staten Island and Brooklyn. And then many years later, we have since expanded to 3 additional schools, one in the Bronx at Hostos Community College, one at Borough of Manhattan Community College, and one in Queensborough Community College. That's a very recent one as of this year. So we're very excited about expanding to all 5 boroughs now. Some of you, I think you're already familiar with our programs, but that's a relatively new development for us. But backtracking a little bit, what our program is essentially a day program that provides access to higher education for students with intellectual disabilities. And through our program, and we call the program participants students in our program. This is essentially what they are. Students pursue lifelong learning, explore their career goals, gain responsibility, and learn collectively with all the members of the college community. So it is a fully integrated, inclusive program in that sense. The program is designed to prepare students with intellectual disabilities for adult life through higher education coursework, campus life, civic engagement, self-advocacy, curriculum, and career development. I'll be touching upon each of those aspects of the program in a minute. One thing that the reason why I suppose our program is shaped in the way that it is in this higher education setting is because one of our main goals is to help folks who come into our program to attain, I suppose, what we like to call full citizenship. Now, of course, the students in the program are mainly already citizens, legally speaking, but we think that for someone to become a full citizen, someone needs to have the knowledge, the relationships, be involved in community, have the agency and feel socially and economically empowered to be a contributing member, a citizen of the community. And so in order to achieve that, we like to think that there are 5 kind of key factors that feed into those attributes in academics, student life, civic engagement, self-advocacy, and internships. I'll be touching upon each of those as well. So what are these 5 key factors for inclusive higher education? Well, the first factor is academics, of course. We're in a college setting. And so the students who are in our program are fully included in the college courses, meaning that they sit in the classroom supported by our staff, also known as peer mentors. Peer mentors support the students who attend these classes to manage their workload, attend study sessions, make appointments with professors, communicate with their peers, take notes during classes, and much more. So the academic portion is a significant part of our program. Folks who don't enjoy school, maybe our program is not the best fit for that, but we have a lot of folks who apply to our program who can't wait to go back to school after finishing, high school, and they really find a lot of meaning in what we have to offer. Outside of the classroom, of course, there's still a lot of learning to be done, and that's where student life comes in as a second key factor. It's outside, on campus, and even off campus, but outside the classroom, there's a lot of opportunities for students to meet new people, network, find out any new passions that they might have not known about, get involved in the student life. There are clubs, student-led organizations, events. There's activism on campus all the time. There's an opportunity for students who come through our program to learn develop leadership skills through those opportunities as well. And all of this is also still done with the support of a peer mentor. The third key factor of higher education for us is civic engagement. Again, we're talking about something that extends beyond the walls of the classroom. The college campus, we consider it to be a community, and also beyond the campus walls, there is yet another community as well. And we definitely want to take advantage of what the community has to offer, whether it's volunteering opportunities, again, networking with the key members of the local community. And this is all done also with the support of our peer mentors as well. We like to think that by engaging in the local community like this, that the folks who come through our program are able to continue to develop their identity, and maybe be inspired by how they can impact said community. Fourth factor of higher education is self-advocacy. We think that self-advocacy empowers students in their program to speak up, learn how to make decisions for themselves. Students learn collectively with their mentors and other students about disability histories and social issues that impact people with disabilities. We nurture this self-advocacy not just through the curriculum that we use to teach self-advocacy, but we also do it in the day-to-day. A student in the college kind of environment has to make a lot of decisions throughout the day, whether it's showing up on time to class, how should I take notes, when should I ask for help from a professor, which classes should I pick for next semester, should I join this club, should I run for student government within the club, should I say hi to this, my classmate, how do I get help that I need from the resources that are available on campus. And all these decisions that are made by the person in our program with encouragement and support from our staff. So there's a lot of opportunities to grow, to become more independent through the different unique challenges that a college environment offers. And then the fifth factor of higher education is internships. This is sort of the career development or the career exploration side of our program, and that comes in organically given the college environment where folks who come through college expect to sort of try to learn and figure out what they want to pursue from a professional sense, after they finish college and finish our program. We support students through internship experiences on and off campus. And we hope that these experiences help bolster someone's confidence in what they can continue to achieve and how they grow in their respective field of interest. I did mention peer mentors several times now. The peer mentors, or the official title that we use for agencies, community support professionals, are also college students, or either current college students at their respective college or recent graduates, and that puts us in a pretty unique and relatively advantageous position where students are hopefully sharing similar interests, streams, goals, and culture. This allows our staff to essentially blend into the campus fabric and help our students to blend in as well, and really to be fully integrated in the college offerings. But one, I suppose, distinction I want to make is that these peer mentors are not doing this they're not volunteering to do this role. They're paid and trained by AHRC. There's ongoing training all the time to ensure that the team of mentors that we have, the peer mentors that we have, are uniquely qualified to support our students in this type of environment. Okay. I've been talking a lot about what we offer, what the programs offer. I think it might be interesting to maybe touch briefly on what the reactions have been from the students who have attended our program. So our program's been open since 2008, but in a survey responses collected between 2017 and 2020, there have been numerous responses from students who feel a certain way about our program, and there are a lot of students, a majority of our students, feel that they've learned important career skills from our program, feel better about themselves, they feel more independent, they feel like a member of their campus, feel like they become more comfortable speaking with professors, etc. So the one I want to highlight is the independence one. We really do tangibly see growth there, especially after reflecting back couple of years in the student's journey. Back in the student's journey, we find that a student has become more independent. They're making decisions for themselves, a little more confident, less hesitation, but they also know exactly who to involve in the decision-making processes. They feel much more confident. They feel more confident in traveling within their local community or within the city. One of the things that we really push for students who are in a program is independent traveling using public transport or any other means to get around, whether it's commuting to campus from home, whether it's attending an internship site, volunteer sites, and whatnot. So we really push that, and I feel like we really noticed that difference, that shift. And also we took the similar survey with the families of the students who attended the program, and it seems like that a lot of the families feel that students who have come through our program have had a better chance at getting a job than I suppose if they were at an adult day program, a more traditional community hub program, not community hub program. And that they've been able to gain some experiences that they otherwise would have not been able to gain if they were in another day. So just a little snippet of that I want to share briefly. The question for some of you might be, well, what what's the next, what do I do if I know someone who's interested? Like, how do I get them started in joining the program? There is an application process. I will share that hopefully relatively briefly. But for starters, should the person I have in mind even apply? Well, we typically take folks who are, there are some requirements for joining the program or for applying. People with intellectual disabilities ages 21 or over who reside in Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Staten Island, or Queens may apply for admission to our program, to the Melissa Riggio Higher Education. I should note that folks, it's borough specific in the sense that folks who, let's just say, for example, or someone who lives in Manhattan is only really eligible to apply for the college program at that borough. And in Manhattan's case, it would be the Borough of Manhattan College. Applicants must be eligible for services from the New York State Office for People with Developmental Disabilities and be enrolled in the home and communities-based services waiver and have a care manager from a care coordination organization. What type of candidate would be good for the program? So applicants are expected to demonstrate some basic literacy skills in reading and writing. They do not have to be able to read and write at the college level. That is not, I guess, that's not the goal of our program. And we do have our, again, peer mentors supporting students through kind of the learning in an academic setting. Applicants must have a strong desire to become an independent adult and possess the stability and maturity to participate fully in the program. College is for lack of a better term, maybe a relatively stressful environment where there's a lot of challenge and a lot of opportunity to grow. And if there are a lot of challenges, maybe outside the program, maybe in personal life, that we hate to see that sort of be a reason why someone struggles while they're in our program. And it's not to say that everyone's in an ideal situation, but we really want to encourage or help applicants understand that there's a lot that goes into the program and a lot that goes into committing to it. And that we need to think about maybe the balance, the work-life balance or school work-life balance that someone might have to contend. Applicants must have desire and motivation to further their education and participate in campus life. They want to identify a career path for themselves, gain volunteer work experience, and build peer relationships. And applicants must be willing to become travel trained. So mentioned independent travel earlier. There are a lot of students who come to our program who do not already know or have never traveled independently using public transportation and whatnot. But our staff are trained in teaching new students how to do so. And we have a process for that. And we're very excited each time the students surprise themselves or maybe surprise their own family members when they learn how to do that safely. So you do that right away. The length of the program, it's not an indefinite program experience. So the Melissa Riggio program is a three-year program at the Borough of Manhattan Community College, plus the optional the fourth year of community-based alumni services. And at the other colleges, it is a 4-year program. And plus the optional fifth year. You might be wondering what a typical schedule looks like, what a typical day-to-day looks like for our students. We do operate 5 days a week, year-round, approximately 8:45 to 2:45 p.m. each day. Each student takes about 2, maybe 3 college courses per semester. Students can also take several supplemental courses throughout the year, throughout each semester that is offered by our program, by our agency, to really fill in some of the gaps that might be there. When classes are not in session, course assignments are completed during program hours. There's a lot more that goes into the day outside of classes. Students also participate in career development and work-based learning opportunities. And I should highlight and point out that students who go through a program, because they're alternatively assessed, and they're not doing, students in the program are not taking these courses for credit in the same sense as other college students, and they're not doing it for a diploma or an associate's degree or anything like that. So it is students who complete our program do receive a certificate, or depending on which college, a CUNY Unlimited credential in academic and career studies. They receive their portfolio, and they will be included in sort of the, depending on the college, they will be included in the graduation ceremonies / commencement proceeding activities. So it's still a great, we still want to make sure that we're recognizing the 3 or 4 years of hard work and effort that goes into accomplishing what each student has accomplished over the years, and that nothing can really take someone to take away from that experience. Let's see here. I'm going to intentionally skip a couple of items. Okay. So we will be starting to take applications for fall 2024 admission, not 2023. The application will, the application website will open or be updated on September 2023 this year. Our websites to apply are listed on this page right here that I'm showing right now. I can send sort of the link through the Zoom chat later, or maybe an email can go out later with the link and some details there. But essentially, a lot of the details that I covered today can be found in the application website. So you can visit the application website today. Now it'll have important and relevant information. It's just that some of the dates won't be updated yet, not until September. Usually the deadline falls in December. So you have from September till December to apply for fall 2020. I think that pretty much wraps up some of the main points of what I want to share today about the Melissa Riggio or the college programs that we have to offer. But I would also like to see if anyone maybe has any questions about our program or things I can clarify further, things I can go over again. I'd be more than happy to do so over the next maybe couple of minutes, depending on how much time we have. And as far as like receiving questions, I suppose it could be in the chat. Either just speak up or raise your hand, and I'll try to point you out. Maybe it's a little archaic.
Can I ask a quick question? This is Michelle Eaton.
Hi.
Advocates for Children. What do y'all do with financial aid? Is the program totally free? I don't know if I missed that part.
So there's a couple of different answers to this, depending on which borough the person you have in mind is residing in and which college program they are eligible to apply for.
I think I'm sorry, I think our anticipation is in 2024, everyone's going to be at CUNY Unlimited. So let's,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'll just give you the one answer that you'll need, and I'll just actually, if anything, I'll just share this relevant slide because so you can kind of see word for word what I want to refer to. Okay. So you're asking how one pays or how the program is funded. Supports and services are provided by AHRX in New York City and will be funded by Medicaid through HCBS waiver program. Students must be eligible for services from OPWDD, enrolled in the HCDS waiver, and have a care manager. Also, because I didn't mention this during the presentation, but the version of our program going into 2024, hopefully for all the college programs across all 5 boroughs, it will become the CUNY Unlimited version of the Melissa Riggio Higher Education Program, and that does add a tuition factor to the program. Tuition is covered or should be covered by federal student aid, as it lists here. Also, family contributions and scholarships to cover any costs that might not be covered by the financial aid. So
that's great that that's all covered. Do they need to do a FAFSA or not?
That's right. Yes. So we once we select the applicants that we will be accepting into the program, we then introduce each of those students of the new cohort to our campus liaison, or someone from each of the respective campuses who kind of looks over and manages the financial aid piece. And that person will be aiding each student and family with applying for the financial aid.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Do you have any other questions for us?
Okay, thank you so much, Kensaku. And I dropped in the chat also a link to the Melissa Riggio program. There's also a link, I think, via that link to the application, if anybody wants to save it for when the application is posted in the fall. Thank you so much, Kensaku, for sharing.
Thank you.
So next, as I mentioned previously, we'll be hearing from Crystal Montalvo from the College of Staten Island.
Thank you, David. Good morning, everyone. My name is Crystal Montalvo. I am the Director of Community Educational Engagement at the College of Staten Island, part of the City University of New York. We are the only public higher ed institution in the borough, and my office is located in the Continuing Education Department at the college, where we house both the AHRC Melissa Riggio program and our Creative Exchange and Life Skills programs, which I'm going to talk more about this morning. Oh, thank goodness, right? Because that's what we. So, Creative Exchange was created in 1975. We believe we might be the first post-secondary program in the country. Now, what my thing is, we are a free lifelong learning higher education program for adults 21 and over with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And I do apologize, I'm sharing an office, so if there's background noise, just feel free to interrupt, ask questions if anything is unclear in the presentation. So I will do a share screen. As I said, we are a free program. We are sponsored primarily by the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, but we also have some sponsorship from the New York State Office for People with Developmental Disabilities, the OPWDD office. So we were created to offer a non-degree lifelong learning program for adults 21 and over with IDD. We were started actually as a result of the closure of the Willowbrook State School. So our program started by parents who were advocating for the institution's closure. And I'm sorry, can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can.
You can? Okay, I apologize. So they had approached what was continuing education, adult literacy at the College of Staten Island at the time. We were Richmond Community College, and they had asked for a program that would be exclusively designed for residents that were leaving the Willowbrook State School. The College of Staten Island is actually located on the grounds of the Willowbrook State School. So we consider this program part of our legacy of place initiative. And we have been around since the last 40+ years. So through educational and social initiatives, we foster a unique, safe, and collaborative environment for personal growth and community building, regardless of ability here at CSI. In addition to the Creative Exchange program, in 1998, we created a cohort model within the program called Life Skills. And Life Skills serves a group of adults with the goal of building independent living competencies. It's a more demanding program for our students, and the intention is that they are better prepared for self-sufficiency after they complete this program. So our eligibility requirements, you must be 21 years or older in order to apply for Creative Exchange. You must be recognized by OPWDD as having a developmental disability similar to Melissa Riggio, and you must be motivated to participate independently. Our tuition is completely free. And as a result of the pandemic in 2020, we actually transitioned the program to virtual, in person, and now we also offer hybrid programming. So there's 3 modalities available for Creative Exchange and Life Skills. I will say that this is an evening program. So unlike Melissa Riggio, where the hours are primarily 8 to 2-ish p.m., our students arrive to campus at 6 p.m. Classes start around 6:30. They end at 8:30, and they're typically off campus by 9 p.m. So for additional information on the program, I highly encourage folks to visit our webpage at csi.cuny.edu/creative. At this moment, the spring 23 information is still available there. We're going to be updating that website shortly, where we will have both next year's catalog and next year's registration form for folks to apply for the fall 23, spring 22 academic year. So this is what you're looking at right now is our catalog, and it is a copy of the kinds of courses that we typically offer to our students. You'll see the course descriptions, the objectives, the instructors who are teaching these courses, and as part of our registration form, students and their caregivers, whoever is assisting the student through the registration form, is really encouraged to have that student self-select their courses independently.
Our number is 718.
We really try to offer a variety to our students across the humanities, STEM, and workforce development, but primarily interpersonal skills development that would be applicable universally across different sectors. So music production, courses on animals, courses on Disney, where we really try to teach like ethics, problem solving skills to students, games and social skills, art history and technique, music appreciation, American history, everyday writing for future authors, and poetry as a few examples. Additionally, we really try to encourage our students to take leadership roles within the program. So we have launched this year a series of student-led workshops. We try to leverage the assets available to us on campus. For example, one of those student-led workshops was a meal prep workshop that was done in the restaurant here on campus by one of our students who is a chef by day and attends classes with us by night. All materials, supplies, etc. are provided by the program, so the students can participate regardless of the residences they come from, their transit, etc., to get to campus. So I'm going to just pause for a moment to take any questions at this time.
Wide variety. We have about 86 students right now registered.
Crystal, I had a question. Thank you for sharing this. The courses that you showed or that you shared, are they all available for both virtual and in person, or is there some kind of variation there?
But she likes. to make that
There,
person
some
stand
courses are
out.
exclusively in
But
person,
everyone else.
and some are exclusively
that she can
virtual.
go
There
for
is
it,
one
but
course that we
eventually
piloted this
they
past year
see,
that we offered as a
that
hybrid
person
modality to serve
And
both
if
students,
someone
but our
people
preference is
want
one or the
to
other. Hybrid gets tricky a little bit.
Medical form and whatnot.
I would
so-
imagine because majority of folks here, I think, are Manhattan based. And so the virtual option, I didn't know about it until this presentation. So I'm thrilled to hear about it. And I think that'll be really potentially appealing for some folks in their evening.
So we are
Yes,
working
so
on
we,
that.
we actually serve students across all 5 boroughs. Pre-pandemic, the vast majority of our students were Staten Island residents.
Okay.
Post-pandemic, we're seeing students from Queens, Brooklyn, and Manhattan. No one yet from the Bronx, though.
Okay. Okay,
Hi, sorry, I had asked in the chat, but I don't know how often you're looking at it. Are there other college students like in the program at night, or it's just students in this program from the 6:30 to 8:30?
So all of our students are recognized as having a developmental disability with OPWDD. These are students who are not applying to CUNY. They're applying directly to the program. And while they are taking evening classes on campus, there are other classes taking place alongside of the Creative Exchange program, but it is not, the courses themselves are not integrated. The on-campus experiences, so student-led workshops, the sustainability group that we have now within the program, those are where the integrated experiences happen for our students.
Perfect, thank you.
So there's a question about CUNY Unlimited in the chat, David.
Yeah, so to Alex's question, in our experience, since majority of our students that are eligible for CUNY Unlimited, the Melissa Riggio Higher Education Program, typically students tend to attend school until they're 21 years old when they age out. Some students decide they don't, they're ready to take that next step when they're 18, 19, 20. We are definitely open to applications from everybody. We do want to make sure that students have the maturity to be successful, and taking a look at all of the candidates that we get. Sometimes a student that's 21, 22 might be a little more ready than a student that's 18 or 19. But, we take every individual student, as an individual student. So the short answer is yes, an 18-year-old can apply.
So if there are no more questions about creative, I'm gonna move on to life skills.
We have classes that are fun, like just like learning about Disney or theater arts.
So life skills is actually a course. It's a smaller group of students that really move together as a cohort model over the academic year. This is designed to really sharpen specific competencies and interpersonal skills, helping our students make informed decisions, solve problems, and manage their own lives in a healthy and holistic way. Similarly to AHRC, this is intended to propel students into that full citizenship concept that Kensaku was referring to earlier. This year, we are actually working in much closer collaboration with the Melissa Riggio program here at the College of Staten Island, because we would like life skills to more intentionally serve as like a onboarding to Melissa Riggio. So sort of like a Melissa Riggio light experience that would permit our students to prepare for the kinds of experience that they would get in a Melissa Riggio program. So that, again, we're offering a parallel experience for those students who may or may not be interested in applying to Melissa Riggio after completion of life skills. So Some of the objectives, we're looking to develop basic skills in financial planning, health and wellness, time management, social and emotional well-being, and building positive relationships. Additionally, life skills this past year was exclusively virtual. Next year, we're looking for more of both an in-person and virtual model. But we teach students computer skills as well, and we really try to foster that autonomy, allowing students to have ownership of their ideas, build communication skills, and build community as well while they're in the program. An example of some of the course topics, getting to know you, what are their goals, what are the skills that they think would be useful to them in helping them to be successful? How do we promote and live healthy and well lives? What are some of the ways they're using health and wellness in their lives and with their family and friends? Exploring empathy. Why is it important for us to have it and spread it around in our social circles? Financial planning, requirements for opening bank accounts. How do we interact with people who would like to borrow money from us? And I should say that a lot of these course topics come from our students. For both life skills and creative exchange, we rely heavily on student feedback to design not just the course offerings, but the objectives within each course to make sure that we're delivering on what the students' expectations were going into this program. So you can tell by some of these course topics here in life skills that these are challenges and questions that they're having in their personal lives, and they're bringing it to this space. The space is their container, and they're wrestling with these things and trying to figure out, well, what are the best ways to respond to this stuff that keeps coming up in my daily life? How can we communicate the impact that the program is having on us specifically? Time management, building positive relationships, making good decisions. How do we authentically share our understanding of things that are happening both on our personal lives and on the college campus? And where do I use the things that I have learned? So a lot of role playing, a lot of dialogue circles within the life skills course. Now, both the registration process for creative exchange and life skills, they have the same application. And then there are additional documents required for submission to both programs. Oh, the shared screen again. Typically, the link to register for our program is available on our webpage. The Fall 23, Spring 22 is not posted yet. It will be posted later on this summer. For creative exchange and life skill students, in addition to completing that registration form, we would need a copy of a current physical exam within the past 12 months, a recent psychological evaluation, and for life skills applicants only, we need the LCED form as well as a copy of the life plan for the student that is applying. And that really concludes the presentation.
Crystal, one question that came in the chat was also about age. I imagine there's no minimum age provided the person is OPWDD eligible and is an adult, but somebody's asking about 18 versus 21.
21.
21.
Per our funders, we serve adults 21 and over.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions for Crystal? Thank you so much. We will be distributing a recording of this presentation as well as the relevant links with our distribution list. If you're in this meeting and you want that information, but you're not on our distribution list, please put your email in the chat and we'll ensure that you are added. And if you're already on the list, then you'll hear from us in the coming days. Thank you so much again to our presenters. We know everybody's busy and we really appreciate your time. And thanks to everyone that joined us today. I hope everyone avoids the smoky air and hopefully things clear up soon. And I hope everyone has a wonderful summer. And for the transition committee, we'll look forward to reconnecting with you again in the fall.